Some of my favorite recipes to make are those that are slow cooked to perfection. Today I'll be making a delicious pulled lamb wrap, and you guys are gonna love it. To start off, I'm gonna be preparing the marinade for my lamb shoulders. I'm gonna start off by adding a bit of olive oil to my bowl. And for the spices, I'm gonna be using some staple Middle Eastern flavors. Here I'm gonna add some white pepper, turmeric powder, some 7-spice or Arabic spice, and cinnamon. I have to say, I love adding cinnamon into my savory dishes. Some salt and pepper. And for extra flavor, I'm gonna take some orange zest and add it to my marinade. Mix everything together, and now we're ready to coat our lamb. Enjoyed in over 100 countries, Australian lamb is sought after because it's hormone and additive-free. Now, once you season your meat with salt, I'm just going to make sure to coat all of the meat with it. What I love about this recipe is that while it needs to slow cook for many hours, it takes no time to prepare. I'm gonna let this rest on the side, and I'm gonna prepare my vegetables. Now that all my prep work is done, it's time to start searing our lamb. Before I start, I'm gonna preheat my oven at 150 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna start off by adding a drizzle of vegetable oil into my pot. And once it heats, we'll start searing the lamb. And then just flip it on the other side to make sure both sides are evenly browned. It's important to sear the lamb for about 2 minutes on each side. Now, this is a very important step because it seals the moisture inside. Now that I've browned my meat, I'm just gonna reserve this on the side. I'll add my vegetables. And I basically want to create a layer of vegetables that will hold the meat on it. I'll add about 2 cups of chicken stock and 2 cups of water. Honestly, the flavor from the spices and the vegetables are what's gonna make this dish incredible. And for aromatic, I'm gonna be using some fresh thyme, but I really like the mixture of thyme with lamb. I'm now gonna cover the pot with a lid. This is ready to slow cook in the oven for about 5 to 6 hours. The lamb is ready. It's been slow cooking for the past 5 to 6 hours, and you'll see how beautiful the color is. I'm gonna let this rest, and in the meantime, I'm gonna start preparing my little condiments that I'll be putting on my lamb wraps. So we're gonna be preparing a tahini sauce, some tahini, some lemon juice. I'll add a bit of olive oil, some salt, and a tiny bit of pepper. Now that looks perfect. Next, I'm gonna prepare my marinated onions. So now I'm just going to season my onions with a bit of salt, and I'll just cover it with extra virgin olive oil. I'm just gonna add a bit of summa to give it a bit of tartness. It's now time to shred my lamb. That looks incredible. Because this has been slow cooking for so many hours, just look at how easily it shreds. Now comes the fun part. Time to prepare our wrap. Rocket leaves, putting them on the base of the wrap. Some tomatoes on top. Put a bit of my marinated onions. Now comes the best part, layering the lamb over the wraps. The nice thing about Australian lamb is that the animal's welfare is very important, and that translates in the quality of the meat. And you can tell from the way my lamb shreds so beautifully. And finally, some of my tahini sauce on top. And there you go, a delicious pulled lamb wrap platter. Took a bit of time to make, but took no time to assemble. Hope you guys like this recipe. Give it a try. Bon appetit.